Okay, I'm back. Now I found out what was the problem. I was debugging this statement, and now okay, this code was right. Okay, this code was right, but what happened was I said environment function was not called, so the set action command was not performed. So I'll just write it here. Set env. Okay, now it should be working just fine. So okay, one. Okay, I selected one. 1 GB, 2 2 GB, 5 GB. I want to show you something. Let's go to the design. Let's change this 2 GB to 20 gigabytes. Okay, let's say 20 gigabytes. Now I'll run this. Shift F6 and it's running. Okay, let's see a 1 GB. Okay, 1 gigabyte, 5. Now 20. It still gives me 2 gigabyte. And the problem here is let's close this and just explain it here. This text is different thing from this set action command. Now if I write here 20 GB, this does not know what is written there. Okay, so to always sync it, I've just found a way. Like you can write this here, jRadioButton 1. Okay, I'm writing here on the first radio button. So 1 dot get text. So what this will do is whatever text is in that jRadioButton, it will collect that text and set it as its own action command. Okay, now let's not forget to rename this. Okay, now let's run this again. Okay, I have just changed these 3 lines from the given text to dynamically allocate that. So let's say 1 GB, check, 1 gigabyte, 5. Now 20. Last time it was 2 gigabytes. See, 20 gigabytes. Now let's change it here. Now I'm not going to change anything here. Here it was fixed in the double quotes. Now I have set it to get text. In the design field, let's say I edited this and write here 10, and I have edited this too. This, okay, why it is not selected? Okay, double tap. Okay, let's get here 50. Okay, now let's run this. I have to delete some other time, let it be the rest. 20, 50, 10. Okay, it works. It dynamically assigns, not allocate, dynamically assigns that value, the text value, to the set action command. So you don't need to write it twice and handle the multiple steps, and you can't figure out where it is going wrong on a bigger project. Okay, so this is set text. Now I want to show you one more thing where the actual solution is to be found. Okay, nothing is selected. Let's click on check. You see here there was null pointer exception. Okay, now if I close this and run it again, I select something, check, nothing, no error. The problem is, as you see here, button group 1 in this line, what this line signifies is that go to button group 1, get selection method sees the model of the model. Let me rephrase this. The button group 1, we are selecting button group 1, then in that group we are asking which of the button is selected. It is asking in the form of object, the model object. Okay, it is not the actual text, and it is saying to object that get your action command. Now what this action command is, we have set the action command here. That was the text I have embedded here. Okay, so get this text and save it in the variable a. Okay, now what the problem occurred was null pointer exception. If I didn't select, let's run and tell you, if I didn't select any of these and just click the check button, what will happen here? The button group, nothing is selected. So get selection method should return nothing and get action command should return nothing. So the exception is thrown null pointer because we are getting nothing, null. Click it again, null pointer exception. Now click on 50 GB, get here the text. Okay, to avoid this, what I found is workaround is get if brackets, then right here button group that specified one. We can have multiple button groups because if there is only one, okay, there is only, okay, I'll just click here. Null. See, this is the way I found out the solution. This null, I was writing it by hand, but the IDE itself wrote this once, and that was the solution. Now what this solution does, I will tell you, is selected null. Now this line button group 1 dot is selected null. What it returns is, it returns true if there is no button selected. That's what the problem was. Okay, right? Okay, it gives error where the error is, see here, red line. Okay, what it says is a variable a. Okay, this is an if block. Okay. So I'll just enter. I'll just erase this bracket, and then if button group 1 dot is selected null, I'll assign, okay, let's just copy this and paste it here, but I'm not going to assign it anything, I'm just declaring it so I can use it inside the if and the other block, that is else block. Okay, now it's set, opens here. I have to close it. If button group 1 dot is selected null, if there is no button selected, this value will turn true. So if this is true, then I'll assign blank. There's no space, right? Okay, there's no space here. I'll just double quotes, that's it. The variable will be null, and then I'll close the bracket, and if it returns false, that means some button is selected, then it will return true. I'll just give this brackets, and okay, everything is fine, no red lines. Okay, let's just run it again. Okay, check, there is nothing. Now you'll say that how can I trust you that nothing is printed? Okay, now I have assigned here nothing, just I'll print here like null. Okay, now let's check it. It's done, and then click here, check 50, check, it's done. We have solved the problem.